Hello there, welcome back to Jennie Designs with Paper. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am making 3 cards with the Hero Arts April Kit of the Month. So get comfy and let's get crafty. So quickly going through the kit, this is the April 2026 card kit of the month. I love the back side. It says nobody pots baby in a corner, and it's all potted plants. So the cardstock colors are poppy, pomegranate, cranberry, blush, tutu, dahlia, beeswax, Tuscan, rainforest, and fern. And I threw some other cardstocks from my stash in there today. So the first thing that comes is this greenhouse die set. It is a die set that cuts out the greenhouse shape and a whole bunch of die cut pots and plants and a little kitty cat. So I will be using this to make one card today. It's got a lot of dies in it. I did end up changing the packaging even from that. So, and that there are 2 stamp and die sets. One of them is the You Grow Girl Stamp and Cut, and then Houseplants Stamp and Cut. And I will make one card with each of those. And the You Grow Girl is a layering stamp set. So we're going to do a little bit of inking techniques on those flower pots. First thing I want to do though is make a shaped card with the greenhouse dies. So this die set has both just an outline and then the detailed shape of the greenhouse. So I have half of a sheet of cardstock here, and I'm scoring it in half. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm scoring it at 4 1/4. And I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to use the solid die to make my card base. And I'm going to do that by putting it onto my cutting plates, lining up that cutting die so the edge, the left edge of that die is right off of the cardstock. It's like just barely sitting right next to it. And that will cut the shape out of that card without cutting the folded side. So we're going to go ahead and run that through the die cut machine. I'm using my Empress die cut machine, and there we have a smaller, it is smaller than A2, but it will fit in an A2 envelope. And then I grabbed this really light blue cardstock. I think it's a Spellbinders color called Windy. I just wanted a really light blue, and that happened to be in my scrap pile on my desk. And I cut that out with the same solid shape. Now it does stick out a little bit on the left side, but that's okay. And I'm going to use a black cardstock to cut out the frame of the die cut machine. Or, sorry, the frame of the greenhouse. All of the other die cutting and assembling I did off screen because, like I said, I am making 3 cards today. So what I want to do is line up the outline, or the frame rather, of this greenhouse and figure out where I'm going to put all of the hanging plants. So this is kind of the same card layout as on the front of the packaging. And I did that just because it was easy. Now there's hundreds of things you could do. But the first thing I did was hang one of the potted plants, or the hanging plants, inside the card base, or underneath the frame, outside of the card base, but out underneath the frame. And I'm just gluing on some of the die cut vines. So these vines have 2 dies. They have the vine, and then they have little leaves that you can put on it. So I cut that out of 2 of the colors of green in the cardstock and assembled those together prior to now off screen. It was a little bit tedious, which is how come I decided, and my head was in the way a lot, which is kind of why I decided to just make 3 cards and eliminate the stuff that you wouldn't be able to see anyway. So this card is from the outside looking into the greenhouse. I think on the packaging, it is inside the greenhouse looking out perspective because I'm putting my plants underneath that front frame. So it's just kind of changing the perspective a little bit. So I figured out where I wanted to hang this next plant. Sorry, had to prevent a sneeze there. Anyway, I'm using my Barely Arts glue because it has that super fine nozzle. And the middle string on these hanging plants isn't attached. And I think that's intentional so that you can slide the leaves and the greenery and stuff up underneath that, the rope part of that hanging planter. So this is just, I don't know, it looks like kind of like a rubber tree. It looks like the rubber tree I have in my house that I did not know was going to go so wide instead of tall. So I think that's what this one's kind of supposed to be. I did accidentally cut the short stem and the long stem out of the same color, so it looks like I have a light plant coming off one side and a dark plant coming off the other side, but whatever. It's all good. It's handmade, not homework, right? So it's not perfect. I am going to go ahead and glue that center line down before I add the final piece of greenery, though. I think the next thing to do is going to be the snake plant. I also have a snake plant in my house. Gratefully, they thrive on drama and don't get really upset when I don't water them often. So I put a little pencil line where I wanted to put this pot, but because the greenery is behind the basket a little bit, there's a little bit of a deficit. Like the brown pot is smaller than, or not as thick as the greenery. So I'm just taking scrap cardstock and stacking that up so that it's solid. I didn't think that I had a skinny enough foam tape, and cardstock scraps work. So there we go. The next thing I'm going to do is use that glue to glue on the frame. So I cut this out of a really heavy duty black cardstock. It's 120-pound cardstock. And that way I didn't have to double stack it to make it a nice steady frame, because it is a little bit of a more delicate die cut. I mean, just because of the intricacy of the design in it. But I'm going to go ahead and put that down on the front. And there it is, hanging off the left a tad bit of the card base, just like the blue panel is. And that's okay. So, and then the last thing I'm going to do is put the cat on. And I do have the cat on the outside of the cardstock. Now this cat die has the base layer, a front layer, the face and the chest and the whiskers and the eyes. So very detailed. The next card we're going to make is with the houseplant Stampin' Cuts. And I'm going to use my embossing pad in my die cut machine and run that greenhouse frame through it on a piece of white cardstock, because I want to stamp some of these house plants directly onto that card base or that card panel, and then put the greenhouse frame over the top of it. So you can see that embossed it really nicely, and you could just color that in and leave it like that. You really could, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I want to use the Monstera plant, and then I want to use the one with the striped pot, and I'm going to use the little butterfly that's also included. And there's a lot of white space on this card, and that's okay. Totally okay. I am acting as if that one line in the greenhouse frame is like a bench, because I'm putting that pot kind of up in the air, but once the frame of the greenhouse goes on, it just looks like it's sitting on a bench in a greenhouse. So again, and I'm doing this from the perspective of looking out, or looking into rather, standing outside of the greenhouse and looking into. So the frame of the greenhouse will go around or on top of everything I'm stamping and coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in an alcohol marker safe ink, because I'm using my Copic markers. And I will tell you right now, I did have to, well, I stamped this a couple of times, so then I heat set it with my heat tool. And I blew through the coloring because I did not pay attention to the markers I was grabbing from my Copic box. I just grabbed a couple and colored them. And if I didn't like that combination, I added a darker or a lighter or whatever, because the coloring isn't really the meat of this video, I guess. So once I had them stamped and everything put back down into my into the packaging. Oh my gosh, y'all, words are hard today. My brain is just not braining. Have you seen that little meme that says, I cannot brain today, I have the dumb? That's kind of where I feel like I am. So here I am just grabbing color combinations from my Copic bin that's sitting to right to my right. I grabbed 3 greens. The darkest one I had in that set wasn't dark enough, so I grabbed another green. And I'm just filling in these Monstera leaves with kind of a spraying green. I think I could have gone darker because Monstera leaves have kind of a darker green leaf. I have 2 Monsteras in my house because theoretically you can't kill them. So yeah, there's that. Once I have all of the leaves colored, I'm going to go ahead and color that basket. Oh, the butterfly I colored in shades of yellow. orange and yellow because I had those on my desk already. So there you go. I colored the basket in 2 shades of brown, like E55 and E53 or something like that. On the leaves for the thing that looks like a rubber plant, I colored them with a BG90 series and just colored them in. The pot was some some Ys, some yellows. Again, I didn't pay attention. I just grabbed colors. So the frame of this on this card, I cut out of a dark brown cardstock. This is a chocolate brown cardstock, like, dark brown. And when I went to put it down over the embossed part, I realized that I had not embossed it very well into the center of that panel. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off so that the white card panel behind my greenhouse frame is almost completely edge to edge. And then I'll go ahead and grab a piece of the yellow cardstock from the card kit. This is the Tuscan yellow. And it's not exactly, the margins aren't exactly right, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down onto a 120-pound cardstock card base. This is a US A2 size card, which means it is 4 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. It's a portrait style, and it opens from the top. And if you haven't been here forever before, that's just kind of my default. I don't know when or how or why I started that as a default, but I did. For the sentiment, I grabbed the rest of that dark brown cardstock from my trash and I stuck it back in the MISTI. I grabbed the stamp set the sentiment stamp from this set that says "Our friendship will never die," and I went ahead and stamped that in white Hero Art unicorn white ink, and he set it with white pigment powder, white embossing powder. I think it's in my bin is Brutus Monroe Ultra Fine, and then I put it into my little mini sidekick with its coordinating die and cut that out. And I intentionally left the top left of this card blank so I could put the sentiment there. Now, I probably should have, or could have, I say should isn't the right word. I could have die cut that a couple more times to get that sentiment a little more heft, but I didn't. So, third and last card. This is the You Grow Girl stamp and cut. And I have this card panel cut down already to 4 by 5 1/4. Spoiler alert, I'm going to trim it down a little bit more. I have a literal handful of Hero Arts inks in my desk, so I decided to use those. And I'm going to stamp all 3 of the flower pots, but we're going to do a little bit of multicolor stamping. So I have 2 browns. I have one that is called caramel and one that is called espresso. And I stamped up this pot like 3 times with the espresso, or with the caramel, I mean. And then with the espresso, I did just the edge, and I grabbed a rag and just dabbed the edge of that so it doesn't have a harsh ink line. So it just adds a little bit of shadow to the side of that. And I did that with the other 2 flower vases. Oh my gosh, flower vases as well. I am using a T-square ruler to make sure they're lined up on a mostly straight line. The stamps kept sticking to the ruler, so, it is what it is. And I'm going to do the same thing. I did try using an orange that's called Just Rust for the 2 outside pots, but I didn't love it as much. So in the end, I went back and used the caramel. I used the Just Rust and the espresso for the shadow, and then I went back over it when all was said and done with the caramel again, just because I wasn't loving the Just Rust didn't give that terracotta look like I was hoping. So, but when I added the caramel on top of it, it did kind of read a little more terracotta. So there we are. All right. So in this, there are a number of different types of stems and leaves and flowers, and I just grabbed a couple and started stamping. So in the far left, we have just greenery. In the far right, we have some that have flowers. And then the middle pot's also going to have flowers. If I was planning this out better, I would have had the one in the middle be just the greenery and the 2 on the outside have the flowers. But, choices were made, things were done, and it is what it is. I did put a couple little pieces of washi tape right along the tops of the pots so that I could vary the length of the stems and not have the stems stamp on top of the pots, because that seems, you know, to undo everything I've already done. It's easy masking, right? The green that I use is Hero Arts Moss Green. These ink pads are really dry. I had to stamp 3 or 4 times every time I stamped. I probably could invest in some other Hero Arts inks, but I have a lot of inks. I have Simon Says Stamp inks. I have Concord and Ninth inks. I have Taylor Expression inks. I have Alternate inks. I have Hero Arts inks. I have some MFT inks. I could invest in another brand of inks, and I won't say I won't, but it might be a little unnecessary. For this flower pot, I couldn't get all 3 flowers on at the same time, so I just did 2 outside and 1 inside. And I did stamp the yellow flowers in a yellow. Let's see, the yellow I have is called Spicy Mustard, and then added a little bit of that Just Rest to the center. And I want to do a yellow on the inside of the red flowers, but I have to do that after with the stamp block because that stamp is tiny. I stamped the sentiment. This one says Crazy Plant Lady Society. I stamped it in that espresso ink and then overstamped it with Versamark ink and clear heat embossed it. Wow, those are hard words. So here is where I grabbed that yellow and the little tiny circle die that's the center of these flowers and just used a little stamp block. Went old school. So I put this on a piece of the, let me see, what color do I think this was? I think this was the cranberry or pomegranate cardstock. And I did trim this panel down to be, so the stamp panel is 3 3/4 by 5. The red panel is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So just a 1/4 inch step down every time. And easy peasy, right? There's not a lot of fancy card making in these 3 cards. I will say that the shape card with the die cuts probably took the most time because there was a lot of die cut assembling, and it is a super cute card. I might add it to a flat piece of cardstock just to give it a little bit more weight when I put it in the mail. And yeah, that's it. 3 cards, 1 card kit. I am kind of in love with these greenhouse dies. I think it is super cute. A little bit of a zoom in on all 3 cards so you can see how they turned out. And that's it. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just as a matter of note, I purchased this card kit. It was not sent to me. This was my own dollars at work. So check out these other videos. I hope you like them. I have a subscribe here button, so subscribe if you want. Leave me a comment down below. And like always, have a really fabulous day.